All right, we are on another day of our Live-Vember series. We almost over with Live-Vember, but today's topic is do not let your distractions destroy your destiny. Don't let your don't let your distractions destroy your destiny, right? And so the reason why I thought about this was a lot of times for me in the beginning of my entrepreneurial journey, man, I was caught up in a lot of things. I was caught up in social media. I was caught up in just scrolling. And then I wondered why I never could get things done. Right. I was like, man, I'm not seeing the results. I'm not getting the clients that I want. I'm really just here. Right. And those distractions of just, it really just kept me stuck. Right. It literally cost me everything that I was working towards. I couldn't build consistent momentum. I couldn't build a good clientele. I couldn't even build trust because why? The moment where I would start building that consistency, I will get distracted. My focus will get shifted somewhere else. Even outside of social media, what could that look like? That could look like having too many projects, saying yes to a lot of things, right? I thought I was being productive, but I was saying yes to a whole lot of opportunities. I was staying busy, keeping myself up, keeping my appearance looking good, but I was really just pouring my energy into a lot of things that really didn't matter. It didn't move the needle, right? And so even for me, I was even down myself, and then I disguised it as research, but all it was a big distraction. All it was a distraction. And I didn't realize at the time that I was really robbing myself of the time that I could never get back. But something had to shift. I had to change. I had to learn how to break myself away from being distracted by all these things and really just step into my purpose so I could see the change that God showed me a long time ago, a couple years ago actually, right? So today, I'm going to help you see those same things so you can shift your perspective and your focus to your purpose, right? And just to give a little reference, you got to think about the story of Mary and Martha, right? Martha was distracted by doing all the preparations while Mary was actually listening to Jesus and his teachings, right? And Jesus told Martha that Mary was what she had chosen was a whole lot better because she was focusing on the right things, which was his teaching. It wasn't about doing all the things, all the busy work, right? And so this is just a reminder that being busy isn't always being aligned. So I got a few things for you. All right. The truth about distractions aren't just loud notifications on endless to-do lists or none of that, right? They're anything that pulls your focus away from your actual goal, your path, and your focus and your purpose. Sorry, right? And the scary part about those distractions is they don't even feel like distractions at the moment, right? You could be scrolling on social media and you just thinking that you on social media for maybe about 5, 10 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes. But you get to scrolling on social media, and guess what? You've scrolled for 3 hours straight. Those 5-second videos of scrolling on social media cost you 3 hours of work that you could have been doing to better yourself and your business and being more aligned with your purpose, right? So when we get to complaining, talking about, man, we don't have enough time in the day, we didn't spend 3 hours scrolling, right? And so Proverbs 4:25 through 27 says, let your eyes look straight ahead, fix your gaze directly before you, give careful thought to the paths for your feet, and be steadfast in all your ways, right? Because if you look into your left and to your right, you're not even focused on what's in front of you, right? Because like it's a illustration that I always say you can't look at what's ahead of you if you driving from your rearview mirror. You cannot focus what's in front of you if you driving with your rearview mirror. Think about it. Because if you focus on the wrong thing, you're not trying to get to the right place. The cost of staying distracted, the cost of staying distracted, every moment spent, every moment spent distracted is a moment stolen from your destiny. Every moment spent distracted is a moment stolen from your destiny. What are the consequences? Lost momentum because distractions slow you down, right? Because if you pushing a car that's in neutral and you stop, it's going to be a whole lot harder to get that same momentum back versus if you would have just kept going. You lose your clarity because distractions cloud your vision, right? You lose your time because every day you're distracted is a day that you can't get back. Distractions just don't delay your progress, right? It don't just delay your progress. They destroy your confidence. Mm. Be very careful then how you live, not as unwise, but as wise, making the most of every opportunity because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the Lord's will is. Ephesians 5:15 through 17. Right? What does it mean by being unwise? Being distracted, right? Being distracted. You have to make the most of every opportunity, the most of every situation, the most of your time, right? You got to understand what the Lord's will is. It's not to be distracted with the scrolling and having a whole lot of projects, doing things that don't even move the needle. Come on now. Align with your purpose. Your destiny is too big to settle on mediocrity. I'm going to say that again. Your destiny is too big to settle for mediocrity. It's time to refocus. It's time to refocus. Ask yourself, is this the decision that moves me closer to my purpose? Or is it keeping me stuck or pulling me away from it? Right? Hebrews it says, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that so easily entangles. All right. And let us run with perseverance the race marked out for us, fixing our eyes on Jesus. The race marked out for us. It's not about even looking at other people's race. It's about looking at your own. You focus on somebody else's race when the whole time is what the whole thing is you trying to beat your own time. It's you versus you. It's you versus you. Think about that. Think about it. It's you versus you. So think about this. What could you do in those same 3 hours that you lost from scrolling? What could you do with the same time that you would have had if you just focused on one pouring into one cup or one project at a time? I don't like to multitask. I can't multitask. Why? Because I don't get anything accomplished. You don't get anything accomplished. I gave this illustration to somebody the other day. I was like, if you had 4 cups and you had one water hose and your job was to fill all the cups up, If you spend time just moving the hose back and forth trying to fill all the cups, you'll never beat the time of somebody that pours all their water into one cup at a time. Never. Your time won't even compare. One of my coaches, they took me through an exercise of um writing down the alphabets along with the numbers. So first line was A through Z, then 1 through 26. All right. And then I had to do 1A, 2, B2, and then so forth. How much time did I waste by trying to do everything at the same time? It was a minute and a half difference. So if you think about it, how does that look in your life? You trying to get everything done at the same time, not having a checklist, right? My therapist even told me, she was like, you need to have a to-do list. So that way, start off with the first thing and mark it down as you complete them. Not start with number one and then jump to two, then to five, then back up. No, focus on one thing at a time. Focus on one thing at a time because your destiny depends on it. Your entrepreneurial journey depends on it. Your family depends on it. Hmm. So let's make it practical. Let's make it for real life, right? What's one thing that you know is distracting you from what you're trying to do? One thing. For me, it used to be TikTok. TikTok had me in a choke hold. And you know what I had to do? I deleted it. What happened when I deleted it? I- For one, I felt like I had so much more time, and I'm just like, man, this is all the time that I could have spent on doing something useful, right? So for the next 7 days, I want you to look at what your distractions are, and I want you to focus on doing something that moves the needle, right? See what the difference is. In Psalms 90, it says, teach us to number our days that we may gain a heart of wisdom. Knowledge is knowing what to do, but wisdom is knowing how to do it, or it's applied knowledge. So you can know that something's distracting you, but if you don't do anything about it, you lack wisdom. Mhm. So I'm gonna go back over the three things that we went over. The three things we went over is the truth about distractions, the cost of staying distracted. Remember, loss of momentum, loss of clarity, and loss of time. And then number three, aligning with your purpose, right? And I appreciate you, Coach Charlotte. Psalms 90 and 12, right? And so at this moment, if you're ready to take control and focus on the things that truly matter, I want you to put in the comments, I'm ready. I'm ready to focus. And then I want, matter of fact, I want you to put, I'm ready to focus on blank. What are you ready to focus on? Right? We all gonna hold you accountable. When you put it in the comments, hey, I want to see some wins of how you stay focused. Whatever you do, work at it with all your heart, as if you was working for the Lord, not for yourself or your boss or your human masters or whatever the case may be. Colossians 3:23. So if you put your mindset in a place where you're thinking about working for the Lord, how important is that task to you? So earlier I told you that I let my distractions keep me from moving forward. But when I actually confronted them and I made the choice to actually refocus, that's when things started to change. I didn't just regain my time. I didn't just regain my clarity. I didn't just regain my confidence. It was also a sense of purpose that I didn't even realize I was missing. Nehemiah said, I am doing a great work and I cannot come down. When his enemies tried to distract him from rebuilding the wall, his focus allowed him to complete his God-given mission despite what people was trying to distract him with. Hmm. Yeah, I should go read Nehemiah. That boy was cold. So your distractions don't have to define your future, right? Every decision you make today and from now on, I want you to make it with intentional focus. I want you to I want you to build towards your destiny, which means you have to focus and get rid of your distractions. You were created for something way bigger than the noise that's around you, than the distractions that's keeping you bound. Because the enemy don't want you to focus. The enemy don't want you to become wealthy. The enemy don't want you to be here in a place where you can support your family and then some. Not just being in a place of just enough or not enough. Being in a place of abundance, overflow, more than enough. Who's depending on you? So don't let your distractions rob you of your greatness and what you was actually destined for. So if you got anything from out of this live, make sure you like, comment, subscribe on YouTube at Marion M. Davis and on Instagram at the Marion Davis. Because we gonna continue this live. I know I said I was gonna be doing a 30-day live, but I might do a bit, I might do it to the end of the year. That's how committed I am to focusing on the goals that I have. I might go to the end of the year. Don't do just enough. Be an overachiever. Because when you're an overachiever for yourself, what are the results? Is either you win or you win. So I'm trying to win at my own race. Not nobody else's, not trying to chase after nobody else. What God has for me is for me. What God has for you is for you. And yeah, we're here. We are here. You either win or you win. Let's talk. If you ever want any coaching from me, if you want help on how to get back on your feet, get refocused, I want you to DM me or I want you to comment down below. Refocus. I ain't looking for the curious. I'm looking for the people that's serious. The people that's hungry. Them the only people I like working with. Oh, no. Come on now. But until tomorrow, see, I often say next time. Next time is tomorrow, or technically today. Hey, see y'all in the next one. Love y'all.